Dear Gemini, pause for a moment and listen carefully. If you are reading these lines, this is not by chance. There is an unseen reason that has brought you here. The universe is whispering to you, sending a message you need to hear at this very moment. And it has to do with a separation, a space slowly opening up in your life. Perhaps recently you've felt a shift in a relationship. Conversations that once flowed easily now feel heavy. Silences growing longer between two people who once understood each other, or simply a strange feeling that something is no longer the same. You've asked yourself, why is this happening? What did I do wrong? But Gemini, this is not your fault. This is the intervention of the universe, the hand of God, quietly clearing a path for you. You are the Zodiac sign of connection, of words, of invisible bridges between people. That's why you often try to hold everything together, to find reasons, to analyze every detail, in order to preserve a relationship that is breaking apart. But this time is different. This time, the distance is not random, and it is not meant to punish you. It is a necessary step to free you from something that has been holding back your true essence of freedom, creativity, and intellect. And soon, you will understand the reason. What you need to do now is take a deep breath and allow yourself to be open to receive. Let everything flow in the direction the universe has already arranged. You may feel pain, you may feel a sense of loss, but Gemini, beyond that pain lies a new horizon where you can be yourself, no longer having to silence your voice, no longer having to constrain your soul. If you are ready to step through this doorway, leave a comment. I am ready for the new journey. Don't forget to like and subscribe so we can walk this path together, because this is only the beginning of a greater journey. So, pour yourself a warm cup of tea or a coffee you love. Sit down, relax your shoulders, and let me tell you the story the universe has prepared just for Gemini. Are you ready? Part 1. Cosmic Warning. A signal for Gemini. Gemini, this is not random. If you are here, listening to every word, it is because you have been guided to the right place at the right time. The universe has a mysterious way of whispering, and today, that calling is echoing in your heart. Pause for a moment, take a deep breath, because this is not an ordinary message. It is the message you need to hear right now, a doorway leading you to a truth you've long avoided or never clearly seen. What you are about to hear is not a dark warning, not a threat or punishment. On the contrary, it is protection, a sacred shield surrounding you. You may not realize it yet, but a separating energy is unfolding in your life. It is like an underground current, quietly carrying away a piece of your life. This is not a loss. It is the delicate arrangement of the universe to keep you from straying off your true path. Gemini is the soul of connection. You were born with the gift to attract, to converse, to build bridges between people. When you step into a room, your light makes others want to draw near, to open up. But because of this, sometimes you become entangled in relationships that have already expired, connections that no longer nourish you. You have a tendency to hold on, to explain, to analyze, searching for reasons why someone has changed. But the truth is, not every reason lies within your sight. There are things you cannot yet see or hear, but the universe already knows. Think back, have you felt something recently? A gentle but undeniable distance from someone once close to you. Maybe conversations that used to be effortless suddenly feel heavy. Maybe it's unexplained silence, or small misunderstandings that keep repeating. You may have blamed yourself, asking, did I do something wrong? But Gemini, the truth is no. This is not your fault. These are signals. The universe is preventing you from holding on to a person or a relationship that is no longer meant to walk with you. Gemini, you are the sign of duality. You carry an open heart and a mind that longs to connect. Yet sometimes, this very openness makes you forget that not everyone is meant to walk with you to the end of your journey. Some people are only temporary companions. They arrive to teach you a lesson, to help you see yourself more clearly, and then they leave. But your loyalty and desire to keep harmony often makes you cling tightly, even when the energy has already shifted. The universe sees what you do not. God hears conversations you cannot hear, knows intentions you cannot detect. And so, He is quietly arranging a separation not to make you suffer, but to save you from delay, from staying too long in a connection that no longer fits. Picture this. You are trying to place a new table in a room that is already too crowded. You struggle, but it just won't fit. Only when you clear out the old furniture does the room become spacious enough to welcome something new. Your life is the same. When someone leaves, they are leaving space for something new, something better, something truer to your Gemini nature to enter. I know. Right now you may feel hurt, empty, or afraid. But ask yourself honestly, deep down, do you also feel a subtle relief? As if an invisible weight has been lifted? If you sense that, then that is the sign of the universe's intervention. It is a gift disguised within the pain. Dear Gemini, you are not alone in this experience. Many other Geminis are walking the same path, a confusing separation that opens into a vast new horizon. And one day, months or years from now, when you look back, you will smile with gratitude that this distance happened, because thanks to it, you will be freer, more creative, and more aligned with your true soul. So don't be afraid. Don't resist. Let the universe do its work. Trust that every departure holds a greater purpose behind it. And one day, when that purpose is revealed, you will understand why everything had to happen this way. If you have listened this far and feel this message resonating in your heart, leave a comment. I am ready to receive the universe's sign. Don't forget to like and subscribe so we can continue this journey together, because this is only the beginning of a new chapter in your life. So, pour yourself a warm cup of tea or a coffee you love. Sit down, relax your shoulders, open your heart. Because right after this, I will tell you a story where the small signs you once ignored turn out to be sacred messages guiding you into your true destiny. Part 2. Signs of Distance. Dear Gemini, have you noticed that in recent days, something hard to name has been happening? Small things, seemingly accidental, are gradually piecing together into a clearer picture. A quiet separation. It isn't loud. It doesn't explode. But it's enough for your heart to feel that an emptiness is opening up. And the more you try to explain it with logic, the more you realize that this time there is no reasonable answer. That itself is the sign of the universe. Think back, how many times have you suddenly found yourself misunderstood? A word you said with no hidden meaning was taken by the other person in an entirely different way. Things that once made you both laugh now cause discomfort. Conversations that once flowed smoothly now stall in awkwardness and heaviness. You feel like you're speaking a different language, while they no longer want to listen. Gemini is the sign of words and communication. But when the universe wants to stop you, the first thing it does is make your words unable to find connection. And then, the invisible distance begins to appear. No one says it. No one admits it. But you feel it clearly. Messages are answered more slowly. Plans are cancelled at the last minute. The warmth in their eyes is no longer there. You may tell yourself, maybe they're just busy, or it's just an off day. But Gemini, if this keeps repeating, it is no longer coincidence. It is a message. The universe is showing you that this connection is slowly completing its mission. You often have a habit of analyzing everything. You ask yourself, did I do something wrong? Am I not good enough? Or if I just try a little harder, will everything go back to how it was? But this time, the more you analyze, the more stuck you feel. Because the truth is, there is no reasonable explanation. This isn't a story of fault or responsibility. This is the story of divine arrangement. When a connection has reached its end, the universe creates invisible cracks, so you no longer cling to it. Imagine you are standing in a small boat. The water begins to rise. The current grows stronger and pulls. You may try to row against it, to hold your balance. But the harder you fight, the more exhausted you become. And then, at some point, you realize that instead of resisting, if you let go, the current will carry you to a new shore, the place you truly belong. This is exactly how the universe is quietly intervening in your life right now. The signs of distance are not meant to make you suffer, but to help you realize that you deserve something higher. The other person may not be bad, but they have completed their role in your journey. They may have come to teach you how to love, how to be patient, or simply to reflect the parts of yourself you hadn't yet seen. And once the lesson is over, they must leave. Gemini, do you notice your body also reacting? When you remain in that connection, you feel heavy, drained, even unable to sleep well. But as the distance begins to open, even though it hurts, you start to breathe easier, to feel a strange sense of relief. That is your body agreeing with the truth. You are being released. The universe never takes away anything without preparing something better for you. And to make space for that gift, you must allow what no longer fits to drift away. You may think you are losing someone important, but in reality, you are regaining yourself, the part of you you had unknowingly lost in trying to keep a relationship that was no longer aligned. Ask yourself, have you recently felt a quiet distance somewhere in your life? An inexplicable silence? An emptiness sitting next to someone who should have felt close? If yes, then know that this is the sign of the universe. It doesn't come to frighten you, but to remind you that your journey is shifting. If these words resonate with you, leave a comment and share your experience. And especially write, I am learning to listen to the universe. Because when you write it down, you are affirming to yourself that you are ready to step into a new phase. And don't forget to follow and subscribe so you never miss the next messages, the reminders the universe has prepared, especially for Gemini, on this journey. Part 3. Deeper Meaning. Preparation for Destiny. Dear Gemini, have you ever seen a gardener trim branches that appear healthy, leaving the tree looking bare, even frail? At first glance, it may seem cruel. But the truth is, just weeks later, those very cuts allow the tree to revive with greater strength, channeling its life force into the main branches, blossoming more magnificently the next season. This is the perfect metaphor for the stage you are going through now. The distance, the departure of someone from your life, is not meant to weaken you, but to allow you to be reborn and grow stronger. The one who leaves may not be a villain. They may have been a dear friend, a colleague, a lover, or even a family member. They were there, walking beside you through meaningful parts of your journey. But what you must understand is this: not everyone is meant to walk with you until the end. Some people appear only to teach you a lesson, to awaken in you a part of yourself you had never recognized. Once their role is complete, they must go, and the universe becomes the gardener, cutting away the branches that have finished their purpose. So you no longer have to shrink yourself or silence your true voice just to maintain a connection that has run dry. Gemini was born to speak, to share, to spread ideas. You carry within you the energy of Mercury, the planet of words, of intellect, of unseen connections. But in certain relationships, you realize you are no longer yourself. You hold back words, you stay silent when you should speak. You compromise, you adjust. You even pretend not to hear your own heart just to keep the peace, just so the other person doesn't leave you. But Gemini, the more you do this, the more you lose your innate freedom and the brilliance of your intellect. And the universe will not allow this to last forever. Astrology at this moment also shines light on this truth. Mercury, your ruling planet, is currently interacting powerfully with Jupiter and Neptune. This is an important signal. Jupiter expands your mind, opening new doors of knowledge, while Neptune dissolves illusions, clearing the mist that binds you to relationships that don't truly belong to you. Together, this energy acts like an intellectual purification. It is like wiping the dust from a glass pane, so that true light can shine through. You will begin to see clearly who is truly aligned with you, and who is merely a shadow dimming your light. You may not realize it yet, but this departure is meant to guide you back to yourself. When that person was still around, you unconsciously adjusted to fit them. You set aside dreams, left personal projects unfinished, dimmed your creativity just to keep the peace. But now, with space opening up, you will remember what has always belonged to you, the ideas you left behind, the dreams you postponed, the passions you once loved but abandoned for lack of time. This emptiness is the gift that gives you room to breathe, room to create, room to live authentically. Sometimes you need the silence of distance to hear your own voice again. And in that silence, you will realize that you have never lost your worth. On the contrary, your worth has only been waiting for the chance to flourish. You will see that the sorrow you feel today will tomorrow become the springboard that propels you higher, further true to your essence as Gemini, the sign of wings, of freedom, and of intellect. Dear Gemini, don't view this separation as punishment. See it as preparation. Like the gardener pruning branches, the universe is preparing you for a season of radiant bloom. Believe that after what you've had to release, something far greater is on its way to you. For your true light never goes out, it has only been temporarily covered. And now, as that veil is lifted, you will return to the pure brilliance that has always been yours. If this message resonates in your heart, affirm it right now. Leave a comment, "My light," to tell the universe you are ready to return to your true radiance. And don't forget to subscribe, because your journey doesn't end here. Many more doors, mysteries, and messages await you ahead. And they will only open when you are brave enough to trust the path the universe is guiding you on. Part 4. The emotional process. Letting go to see the truth. Dear Gemini, I know this is the hardest part for you, because you are someone who always longs to explain everything. Your nature is to analyze, to search for reasons, to refuse to easily accept what is unclear. When a relationship begins to drift apart, your heart wants to hold on, while your mind never stops analyzing. You ask yourself, where did I go wrong? Is there a way to fix this? Or if I just wait a little longer, will everything go back to how it used to be? It is this hesitation that keeps you stuck between two shores, one side clinging, the other calling you to let go. But Gemini, it's time to understand. Some things cannot be explained by logic. They can only be understood by the heart. Letting go does not mean you failed, nor does it mean you weren't enough. Letting go is accepting that some connections only come to teach you a lesson, then leave once their mission is complete. And it is in the very moment you release your grip that you finally see the truth. The first feeling when you let go is always fear. Fear of losing the familiar, fear of emptiness, fear that no one will be there to listen or walk beside you. Then comes confusion, not knowing what to do next, like a small boat left adrift in the vast sea. But Gemini, if you are brave enough to move through those first waves of emotion, you will begin to notice something miraculous. Relief. A strange sense of peace enters each breath, each night's sleep. You feel your body lighter, your mind less burdened. That is the signal that you are heading in the right direction. The universe always has ways to encourage you during the process of letting go. You may begin to have strange dreams where you see yourself closing a door, walking on a new path, or meeting a stranger who hands you a message. Don't dismiss these as mere imagination. They are reflections of the truth unfolding within you. They are the whispers of the universe, reminding you that you are on the right track. And not only in dreams, you may also notice odd synchronicities in daily life. You may happen to hear a song whose lyrics feel as if they were written just for you. You may see repeating numbers like 1111, 222, or 555 exactly when you are thinking about letting go. You may overhear a stranger saying words that strike right at your heart. None of these are accidents. They are signs placed in your path, so you know you are not alone, and that your journey of release is being guided. Gemini, you are the sign of duality. One side wants to hold on, the other yearns for freedom. This conflict makes it harder for you to decide than for anyone else. But the universe is never here to make things hard for you. It only wants you to learn how to trust. To trust that after loss comes a beginning. To trust that after one door closes, another will open. To trust that emptiness is not meant to make you feel abandoned, but to give you space for what truly belongs to you. And then you will realize something profound. Letting go does not take anything away from you. On the contrary, letting go is how you reclaim yourself. You will realize that in silence, you hear your true voice more clearly than ever. In emptiness, you see your own light shining brighter. And in separation, you finally understand that true love, true connection, has never left you. It is only waiting ahead. If you too are experiencing a strange distance, remember that you are not alone. Share your story in the comments, because sometimes your words will become the encouragement another Gemini needs on their own journey. And don't forget to subscribe to receive the next messages, the reminders the universe has prepared to guide you through this transformation. Part 5. A new beginning, the destiny door for Gemini. Dear Gemini, when an empty space opens up, we often rush to fill it with whatever we can, a new relationship, a new habit, or even endless busyness, just so we don't feel lonely. But take a step back. Is that emptiness really as frightening as you think? Or is it actually the precious gift the universe has sent you, a clean, open space for you to breathe, to realign your soul, and to prepare for something far more worthy? The universe has never left you empty-handed. When it removes someone from your life, it is not because you weren't good enough or because you didn't deserve love. It is only preparing a greater gift. It may be a new friend who comes with sincerity, a colleague who brings opportunities that expand your wisdom, or a new love, so aligned that you don't have to shrink or struggle to be understood. These people, when they arrive, will make you quietly grateful for those who left, because you will see that true love never forces you to dim yourself. It only makes you blossom more. Gemini was born with wings of freedom and intellect. You were not made to be trapped in relationships that silence your voice. You were not destined to stay in cramped spaces where your creativity and imagination are imprisoned. You were born to soar, to connect, to bring illumination through words, through ideas, through the ability to see dimensions that others miss. The distance you just experienced was simply the universe pressing the reset button, forcing you to pause, to reflect, and then to step into a new chapter 1 where you can live true to your Gemini essence. See this process as a sacred GPS map. When you go off course, the GPS immediately recalculates to guide you back. Sometimes it asks you to turn around. Sometimes it makes you take a longer route. But in the end, it still brings you to the right destination. The universe is the same. It will never let you stray too far from your mission. When you wander into relationships that no longer fit, it will gradually create distance, compelling you to let go, so you no longer delay returning to your true path. And now, Gemini, this is the moment you are being guided back. Prepare yourself for new people, new opportunities that are on their way. You may meet someone casually at a small event, but they offer you advice that shifts your entire outlook on life. You may encounter a companion who encourages you instead of restraining you. You may step into a love where you don't need to prove your worth. Just being yourself is more than enough. These are the true connections that the universe is arranging for you. What matters most is keeping your heart open. Don't be too quick to fill the emptiness with something that only soothes temporary loneliness. Let that space become fertile ground for what is new, right, and worthy. Let the stillness be the place where you hear your inner voice most clearly. For it is in silence that you recognize what truly belongs to you and what was only an illusion. And Gemini, remember this. This is not an ending. This is a reshaping. This is your time to shed the old shell so your true light can burst forth. What you think you've lost is really just an old layer, peeling away to make room for a stronger, healthier one. And when you are ready, you will realize you have never shined as brightly as you do now. Engrave this truth in your heart. When God takes something away, it is because He wants to give you something far more worthy. Do not fear the emptiness. Do not fear change. Behind it lies the perfect plan the universe has already written for you. The plan that brings you closer to the true mission of your soul. If you feel that this new journey is opening before you, leave a strong affirmation. I am ready for the new journey. And don't forget to subscribe so we can continue walking this path together, because this is only the beginning. Ahead lie countless messages, countless doors, countless gifts the universe has prepared just for you. Dear Gemini, step forward with your wings wide open. Don't look back. Don't doubt. Trust that you are on the right path, and then you will see everything that has happened, everything that has left, was only so that you could live more fully, shine more brilliantly, and become exactly who you were always meant to be. Dear Gemini, you have walked with me through a long journey from the cosmic warning, the signs of distance, the deeper meaning of letting go, all the way to the moment when a new door opens. And if you have patiently listened to it all, you've surely realized an important lesson. Every separation, no matter how painful, carries within it a gift. Loss is never the end, it is preparation for a new beginning. The true value you've gained from this journey is the understanding that not everyone is meant to walk with you until the very end. and that is not your fault. The practical lesson for life is this: be grateful for what has passed. Let go when it is time, and keep your heart open to welcome the relationships that are truly aligned. When you learn to listen to the universe, you will no longer fear change, because you know every change brings you closer to your soul's true mission. If this video has touched your heart, leave a comment to affirm your own journey. I invite you to write, "I am ready for the new journey," not only to affirm it for yourself, but also to inspire other Geminis who are also seeking answers. Don't forget to like and subscribe, because there are many more sacred messages from the universe waiting to be shared with you. And remember, you are never alone. The universe always walks with you, step by step, guiding you to where you belong. Every ending is only the beginning of a new chapter. Thank you for listening until the very end. I am your companion on this journey. See you again in the next videos, where the universe will continue whispering messages meant just for Gemini.